Hi, my name is Phil Staunton, Managing Director of D2M Innovation Limited, and this short video is just designed to give you an overview of how to get a patent on your idea. Please note that a patent isn't always appropriate in terms of protection for your new idea, so you might want to watch my previous video on different forms of IP protection before getting involved in the patent process. Okay, assuming then that a patent is right for your idea, how do you get one? Well, step 1, conduct a global patent search. If anyone's already protected your idea, even if it's a long time ago or it's in a different country, that will stop you being able to get a patent in this country. So the global patent search really is an essential first step. You can have a look at Google Patents or SPASnet, which is the patent database provided by the UK Intellectual Property Office, and that's a good start, but probably you're going to need a professional search to make sure it's actually worth proceeding with the patent process. D2M can conduct a patent search for you, and this is done by ex-UK Patent Office examiners, which means that it's incredibly thorough and done by people who know what they're doing. Always check that professional patent search is done by people who are experienced and properly trained in this area. Point 2. Contrary to popular opinion, you can't actually get a patent on the overall concept without actually detailing how it works. So you need to know how it's going to function. So you're going to need to either develop that yourself through a prototype, or you're going to need a professional product designer who can develop your concept up a bit prior to then getting the patent draft sorted out. Step 3 is the patent draft. This is where the details of your claims on your unique invention is fully described in words and put into an application. It also includes drawings of your idea. This is often best done by a chartered patent attorney. It is possible, if you have a legal background and an understanding of how the system works, to draft your own patent application. However, for most people, this is not a sensible route forward, and you need to get a professional chartered patent attorney to do it for you. And then step 4 is filing that patent draft. Again, often best done by a chartered patent attorney, although you can self-file. Initially, you're going to need to file at the UK Intellectual Property Office, and then what can be done is that can be expanded out to file into other countries, or to do a Europe-wide application or an international patent application called a PCT. But either of those needs to be started with the UK application, so it's best to get it filed in the UK first. There are official fees for filing a patent application. Check with the Intellectual Property Office as to what they are. So, they're the 4 steps to getting your patent filed with the UK IPO. Do a search, get the idea developed a bit further, get the patent application properly drafted, and then get it filed. Once you've done that, you'll get a filing receipt, and that legally entitles you to use the phrase patent pending. And you'll then reasonably safe to go and approach companies or consumers with your idea, knowing that you have a priority date filed at the UK IPO. That isn't the same as a patent granted, but that can take between 3 to 5 years for that process to go through, which is why you see products around that say patent pending. It's because they've filed the application, but they're still waiting for the grant. It doesn't mean that you can't sell your product or talk to people about it in the meantime. So I've talked about using a chartered patent attorney, but how do you choose the right one? Well, there are 3 things to look for. Firstly, you're going to be working with them for several months and maybe even 2 or 3 years. So make sure you understand what they're saying and you get on well with them. You need someone who speaks about patents in a language that you can understand. Secondly, you need to try and find a patent attorney who can actually add value to your patent application. If in a meeting with them they're talking about bringing in additional features or expanding the scope of your application by including this or that, then that's a really good sign. Your patent application is going to be expensive, and you want to include as much as possible within your draft, and you want an attorney that's helping you to do that and making suggestions as to how you can do that. Finally, you need to look at the costs before you choose a patent attorney. Now, the costs are spread across, again, kind of maybe several months or a couple of years. You need to look at the initial costs, but also ask them about kind of costs going forward in terms of reporting search results by the UK IPO and prosecuting your patent application through to grant. Also, if you're interested in an international patent application, ask them about the costs for that as well. So I guess your final question is probably going to be, what's this going to cost me? Well, to give you a rough overview, to get a patent application drafted and filed in the UK is likely to cost between £1,500 to £3,500 if it's done by an attorney. The cost varies massively depending on the complexity and the number of pages of your patent draft, and also some patent attorneys charge a lot more than others, so do shop around. Final point, always make sure the person doing your draft is a chartered patent attorney, as a member of CIPA. That's the professional body that regulates patent attorneys. Okay, I hope that's been helpful. I know it's a very quick overview. Please do put any other questions in the comments box below the YouTube video and I'll get back to you on it.